one really orange hand, and then I have a really pale hand where I've clearly just not applied the tan there. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a brand new video. So as you probably guessed from the title of this video, today I'm going to be reviewing a fake tan brand that I have never heard of before. I actually found this tan whilst I was shopping on PLT for my last haul. I was just browsing the beauty section because I didn't realise how much stuff they had on there. They literally sell so much, and considering I tried most brands, I thought I would order it just to give it a try for a video. And as I'm actually going out tomorrow evening, so I'm fake tanning tonight, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to film this video for you guys. It is the B.TAN, B.TAN. So I ordered the dark mousse and then also one of their tanning mitts as well. In terms of the packaging, I actually really like it. So this is their dark tan. So it just says up here, I want the darkest possible, which is a little bit worrying, but the bottle's cute and hopefully I'll look cute with the tan. So I think it was about £13, so it wasn't too pricey. I would pay £15 for a bottle of Bondi Sands dark mousse. So this is just sort of the regular price of fake tan for me. If you're more of a St. Moritz £2.50 sort of gal, that might seem pricey. But if it's a good tan, then I'd be happy to pay that price. If it's an awful tan, then I've wasted my money, but at least it will make a good video. Make sure your skin is clean, exfoliated and dry. Apply mousse with your B.TAN tan mitt, wash your hands, wait at least 1 hour and then shower. If you want it crazy dark, double coat it, leave it on for 4+ hours until you're brown as. Now, my plan was to put 2 coats on and it was to sleep overnight in it. So I guess I'm gonna wake up brown as. It also says vegan friendly, 100% natural DHA. I don't know what DHA is, but I think it must be something to do with tan. And then I did also pick up their tanning mitt, just as I saw that it was one of the ones with the thumb, and I've really wanted to try one of those. Not that I think it will make much difference to how you apply your tan, but I just think they look quite cute and your little thumb can just slip in there and, you know. Again, the packaging is quite similar to the bottle, so it just says, I don't want tan on my hands. Nobody wants tan on their hands, hun. So I'm just gonna jump in the shower, exfoliate, moisturise, all that good stuff, and then I will be back to try this tan out. So guys, I've had my shower, I'm just about to fake tan. I've just opened the mitt. I'm not gonna lie, it's not as velvety as I was expecting. You know how when you open a new velvet mitt, it's like the softest thing ever and you literally can't get enough? I just got my old Bondi Sands one here and it's definitely not as thick on the B.TAN one as it is on the Bondi Sands one. But that being said, I love the little thumb bit. I don't know why, it's gonna make no difference to the way I put my tan on, but it just feels really like cozy. The only thing I've realised with the thumb one is you're going to have to dirty both sides on your first go. So this might sound really weird. I don't know if I'm the only person that does this, but when I get a new mitt, especially if I've splashed out for a velvet one, I will use one side of it for as long as I can until it goes kind of manky. And then it's like you've got a new one on the other side. So I'll then use the other side once the other one's gone manky. Does that make sense? Whereas with the thumb one, because obviously you have to slot your thumb in, when it's on my right hand, it has to be this side because that's where my thumb is. And then when I move it to my other hand, it has to be the other side. So you have to dirty both sides. But anyway, enough blabbing about mitts. Let's see how the tan goes on.
Bang my head away and ceiling.
This is worrying me a little bit because it doesn't look like it's got a guide colour. That doesn't look like I've really put any tan on my leg. Let's continue, we'll see how we go. When I first put it on, it looked like there was absolutely no guide colour, and that made me nervous because I just slap it on, I don't really care. So I need a guide colour to really see where I'm going to get streaks. But as it's sort of sat on my skin, I can definitely see it getting a little bit darker. Okay, so after one coat, I'm not going to lie, I'm not really seeing much difference. But I don't know if that's just because it doesn't have a guide colour. So I'm going to put on a second coat and then we will see if it's got any more colour after that. Either it's going to stay the same and it's going to be one of those tans where I wake up tomorrow and it's just horrific and it's everywhere. Or it might have a bit more of a guide colour on the second coat. And I've just got it all over my bed sheet. Okay, and here we are after 2 coats. It looks really dark on my knees and nowhere else. I'm just going to go away and do my top half, and then I will be back to chat about the tan. Not gonna lie, I'm sweating. Top half done. I don't ever tan my face because A, I'm too scared, and B, I just think it would be a bit pointless with the amount of times I wash my face, and also my whole skincare routine and all of that. I just feel like it would really not end well, so I never tan my face. But I've just finished tanning my top half as well as my legs. My first impressions are that, number one, it really doesn't smell that bad. It doesn't really have a scent. Like, it doesn't even have that biscuity scent that most tans have. I know Bondi Sands is like coconutty. It's not either of those. It's just sort of nothingy, which isn't a bad thing because it just means you don't smell like biscuits or smell so strongly of coconut that everybody in your house knows you fake tanned. There isn't a massive guide colour on this. When I put my first coat on, it didn't even look like I'd really put any tan on, which is okay if you're a regular tanner and you're perfectly comfortable just slapping it on. But if you're a bit new to tanning and you prefer to have a guide colour, then it's maybe not the best. But I'm intrigued to see how it turns out. The mitt was alright as well. It was kind of just a standard mitt. I just feel like I've been mugged off by the thumb because I've had to use both sides, but it is what it is. I put 2 coats on and I'm planning to obviously go to bed now, sleep overnight, and then wash it off in the morning. So I am intrigued to see how it turns out. Me and Darren are off to bed now, so we will see what it looks like in the morning. Okay guys, it's now the next morning. I'm just about to jump in the shower. I just wanted to give you a quick update on the tan. There is definitely a little bit more colour than there was when I first put it on and when I went to bed. But for the darkest tan and for the bottle to say I want the darkest tan possible, I feel like I was expecting a lot more colour. But that being said, it could be one of those tans where you have to shower it off before you really see the colour. So I'm going to remain optimistic. It has gone a little bit dodgy in some places, but that is probably just my fault for slapping it on and not really caring. But that being said, the way that I just slap it on, it's actually turned out really nicely in terms of streaks. At the minute, I can't see any streaks, but that could change when I shower it off and actually have a look at myself. Another point to make as well is that it really wasn't that sticky. Obviously, when you first put fake tan on, they are all really sticky and you just have to wait for it to dry. But this was really fast drying and I actually went to bed and didn't feel that horrible feeling. You know when you get into bed and you've just fake tanned and you just feel sticky? There's no other way to describe it. Like, your legs stick together. If you bend your leg, the back of your knees, like the skin sticks together. There wasn't really any of that because it did dry really quickly, which is a massive positive for me because I just hate that sticky feeling. Obviously we all just put up with it because we want a fake tan, but it is really not my favourite thing. But anyway, I'm going to jump in the shower and then I will be back to update you. Guys, I'm just not sure on this tan. It's not awful, but I just was expecting a little bit more from a bottle that says I want the darkest tan possible. And also because I would say this is sort of mid-range in terms of the price, I just was expecting a bit more of a better tan from it. There is some cases where I've just applied it really badly. So for example, I actually have one really orange hand that even has gaps in between my fingers where I haven't blended it properly. And then I have a really pale hand where I've clearly just not applied the tan there. But that is obviously my fault and not the tan's fault, so I only have myself to blame there. Overall, it has given a really nice colour in the slightly dodgy spot. So for example, my hand, and I've got a real orange spot here. I think they're just massively orange because of my application and just not really being that careful with how I apply my tan. But overall, it has given a really nice colour, and where I've actually put it on properly, it has given a really even tan. My only issue is that it's not as dark as I thought it would be. Not that I want to be super tanned, but I do think from a bottle that says I want the darkest tan possible, I was just expecting something a little bit more bronzed. Another point I will add is that I do think it's got quite an orange undertone as opposed to Bondi Sands, for example. I know I keep referring to Bondi Sands, but it's literally my favourite tan. But Bondi Sands does give you that really bronzed look, and yes, you can tell you fake tanned, but it's not fake tan in the orange sense of like Georgia from Angus Songs and Perfect Snogging. It's a really nice deep colour. Whereas with this, I do feel like it has an orange undertone purely because I can see where I've put it on a bit dodgy. It's just really orange. The mitt was okay. It wasn't really anything to shout from the rooftops about. I did quite like the little thumb, but again, it didn't really affect the way I applied my tan that much. And I also had to use both sides because of the thumb. Overall, I'm going to give this tan 3.5 stars. I did quite enjoy it. It didn't smell too bad. It sunk in really quickly and it didn't feel sticky when I went to bed. So they are 3 really positive things. The only thing I am not that impressed with is the colour. Don't get me wrong, I am tanned. You can see that I've fake tanned, but I'm just not sure if there's more of an orange undertone. And if there is, then I'm not really about that sort of tan. I just prefer the more natural looking bronze tans rather than the orange ones. But maybe I should try some of their other products. I think they have a tanning oil, a bit like the Buenos Aires liquid gold, so it would be good to do a comparison between the two. If that is something that you'd like to see, definitely let me know down in the comments. I'm going to wrap this video up here, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know it's a little bit all over the place just because I fake tan over 2 days, but I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to like and subscribe, as that would really help me out. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in my next video.